All right, welcome to another episode of the USFL Power Rankings Podcast 2022 season, USFL Week 6 with Micah and NFL Outdated. How are you doing, Micah?
Good. Yeah, we got another great week.
Yeah, when you look at the Week 5 games, there was a nail biter, last second win, lots of great stuff happening, close games, a lot of key matchups. So looking at some of the Week 5 scores, Tampa Bay won by 7 over Michigan.
Yeah, and I was disappointed about that, but yeah, my New Orleans Breakers, they lost to the Generals. The Generals have tied with the best defense, and the Stallions, they beat the Stars. Stars just couldn't win it, and Mullers. We watched the end of that game, the last second touchdown to win the game with no time.
Yeah, that was a heck of an ending and a really brutal loss for the Gamblers. Great that the Maulers finally have a win. And so this will lead us into our power rankings for Week 6. Are you ready?
Yep. Let's get into it. So our first team, number 8, Pittsburgh Mullers. Last time's ranking, number 8. Yeah, they're 1-4, 60 total points scored. Horrible offense. Yeah, their win required a switch to their new QB, Vadley. They have some decent receivers. They are really low with offense and defense. Offense is even worse than the defense. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean they pulled out that win. I don't know quite how they did it. I mean it was great to see them get that win. That new quarterback sparked the offense. We'll see what happens for the rest of the season, but that was a good win for the team. We'll see if it's the only one they have.
Yeah, I think it might be the only one they have. I don't know, but yeah, I think they could be 7th, but the Gamblers. I think I looked at the stats and the Maulers stats. Their defense and offense being horrible, that's the reason they're 8th.
So, yeah, I definitely see. Yeah, you can't really. Just barely eking out that win. They're still there, and we'll see if they can get that momentum going. So, going on to the next one, you said number 7 is the
number 7, Houston Gamblers. Last time's ranking 7. Yeah, as the weeks come on, we'll start to see steady paces in teams. Our bottom team fears are staying here. It's really sad because the Gamblers lost for the 4th time in a row after starting 1-0. But yeah, it's just kind of sad for Gamblers fans. He used to be a Gamblers fan, but he started cheering for the Stars.
Pretty much, I did, yeah. And they've got some solid players there. Clayton Thorson is, a heck of a quarterback. I mean, they've got a great running back, but something, Mark Thompson, he's a solid running back.
Oh yeah, and Will Likely, he's a shutdown in the corner.
So they've got a lot of solid players, but something about the game plan and maybe it's coaching, who knows? But they're just not putting together at the end of the game when it really matters.
Yeah, like they keep blowing. Like if we look at most of their losses, have been horrible. Like we saw week 1, they edged out. They got lucky. They almost blew it. Week 2, they didn't pull it off. They lost with an interception thrown by Clayton Thorson. Week 3, they let up a comeback. And week 4 was the same thing. They lost narrowly to the team, my favorite team, and then the next week last week they pulled out another loss on the last final seconds. They've lost by 1 score every single game.
So it seems like they're right there, but it really goes to show like how competitive the league is as a whole. But to really get into that, winning mindset, they've got to do something at the end of the game, and something with coaching, something with players. They need to kind of, continue to actually turn it back around and get to their winning ways. So, so that moves to your number 6 team.
Yep. Number 6, Philadelphia Stars. Last time's ranking, number 4. They fell because of one reason. They shouldn't even be 2 and 3. They should be 1 and 4 because there was not a great performance. I feel like the reason they're here, they get 10 points scored last wait, what?
Oh,
that was a mistake. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That was a little bit of a mistake. But so total points scored, they could do better. They did turn it around a little bit. Looks like they got actually 106 total points scored on that. So, so yeah, with that, they do have a backup quarterback. So, when you look at it, when you look at the Stars, they have an opportunity. They offensively, they've done some things with their backup quarterback, right? But something about it, they just need to get it together, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're the worst defense in the league. It's just that bad. And yeah, they got to get it together.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Case Cookus, their backup quarterback coming in, and he's done a good job with the offense, and they've got a lot of promise there. So I like the Stars. I like just kind of what they're doing. I just hopefully they can turn it around.
Yep. So that'll take us to our next one. Number five, Michigan Panthers. Last time's ranking, number 6. Another heartbreaking loss for the Panthers. I've started to like them, and they're 1-4. They shouldn't be 1-4. They should be ranked better, but they have not been scoring a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at them, the Panthers, they really they could do a lot better, and we did interview one of their players, right? And we'll see, how well they do overall going forward. But they've got a lot to improve, don't they?
Yeah, and I feel like that their defense is tied with the best. That's something to note. They're tied with the number 2 team. I'm not going to say yet who they are, but they're tied with the number 2 team for the best defense in the entire league, with only allowing 80 points. It's really good, but they just need to step up their offense.
So they got an opportunity. So that moves us then to the 4th team. Who's that for you?
Number 4, Tampa Bay Bandits. Last time's ranking, 5. Yeah, they're 3-2, 84 total points scored. They feel like the Buccaneers, which I'm not too happy about, but Jordan Tamu. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but best game of the season, 207 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at him, he had his best game. He's going to have to do that for them to get stay in that contention. When you look at him, the team, they're not really a true threat to the top three teams without him having that type of game. And so when you look at it, I mean, there's potential there, but he really has to be the one to step up.
Yeah. And I just feel like they can definitely make the playoffs. I would not be surprised if we see them when playoff come time. Number 3, New Orleans Breakers. Last time's ranking, 2. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. They're 3-2, 100 total points scored. Arguably the most complete team with wide receivers, but yeah, they're ready for all shootouts. The losses have been all top 3 teams. Wide receiver Jonathan Adams, definitely one of the best receivers, if not players overall. And I feel like they're a really good team. Don't be surprised if they're the first team to beat the Stallions.
It could be. I mean, with their Kyle Slaughter and with their defense, they really have a lot of potential here to be that team that unseats the Birmingham Stallions eventually, when it comes later on in the playoffs. So we'll see how it goes.
I just feel like they didn't have enough to beat the Generals because the Generals are the better team, better defense, and overall. Number 2, New Jersey Generals. Last time's ranking, 3. Yep, this is the best defense in the league. Well, tied with the Panthers. But they're 4-1, 106 total points. The difference is they have a much better offense. They turned over the offense fully to DeAndre Johnson this past week. Run heavy. It didn't hurt them at all. And they're 4-1 record. They're top of the division. So it's looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, and they had been doing that true kind of rotating quarterback situation, and you see that in any football team, that's hard to really figure out, get an offense kind of going. And so now leaning on DeAndre Johnson, he came through. Hopefully the run heavy approach does not bite him in the future down the stretch. That might be something that could, but they're definitely right up there. And it really goes with their quarterback play there.
Yep. So that brings us to our number 1 team. Number 1, no surprise, Birmingham Stallions. Last time's ranking, number 1. Yeah, I believe this is the 3rd straight week they've been in this position. They've just been the best team overall because they're undefeated. They're 5-0, 129 total points scored. I believe they lead the league. Jamar Smith should be the quarterback down the stretch. after replacing Alex McGough in the second quarter of last week's comeback win. Yeah, he's been really good. At least last week, and yeah, they were down last week, and then they came back. It was big. So I feel like they are going to be the biggest threat, period, because they have a good offense and a pretty decent defense. Not a great defense, but pretty clutch defense. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to really they're almost the opposite of some other teams in the league. They know what it's like to win games in multiple different ways, come from behind, blowouts, all different types, and they just know how to win, and that comes with solid coaching, comes with solid quarterback play, and obviously Jamar Smith, leading the charge here is huge.
Yep. And now we'll get to the next week's schedule. On Sunday
or Saturday.
Saturday. We start Saturday. Bandits Stars. That will be what I mean. We don't need to predict scores, but what's your prediction? Who's going to win that one?
When you look at the Stars, I like their trajectory. I like kind of what they're doing. Tampa Bay though. Tampa Bay has been a solid team, and Jordan Ta'amu's been playing well. I'm going to say that Philadelphia is going to win. The Philadelphia Stars are going to win here. I just think that they, even though Tampa Bay had a good game from their quarterback, I think this next game Philadelphia is going to flip that script around.
Oh, I'm actually all for seeing. I think Bandits are going to be dominant. But the Bandits are going to dominate this one. I mean, the Stars might start to come back, but I don't think that they will lose. And the Panthers Stallions, we'll see that one on Saturday as well. What do you think's on that one? I'm going with the upset. Let's go Panthers! Panthers Nation.
Yeah, Chase Demore talked about wanting to be that team that beats the Stallions. I just don't think the Panthers have what it takes, offensively. I'm going to go with the Stallions. On paper, it looks like the Panthers should be able to, with the quarterbacks that they have and some of the players, but something about the coaching just doesn't do it for me. And I think the Stallions are going to stay undefeated this week.
The only reason I think that the Panthers are going to win this game is because of their top defense, and you saw in the Generals had a top defense, and I think the Generals defense is not quite as good, and they have a run-centered offense. This is more of a pass offense mixed, and they have even a better of a running back. That's kind of why I think that the Panthers will sway this one. So, yep, I think the Panthers are winning this one.
Absolutely.
Mullers Breakers. I think we should go with. I'm going with the Breakers. No surprises here. I think. No surprise. I'm picking the Breakers.
Yeah, you're right. It's really, the Maulers had an emotional win, right? But they just don't have enough, coaching on down. And it was good to see them kind of get that win. But the Breakers are just like too good top to bottom.
Yeah,
I would agree.
And the Maulers just don't impress me enough. They don't.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we did want to actually shout out. Thanks again, Ravens Online, for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll definitely enjoy everyone joining in with the questions, and we enjoy doing this. So appreciate the comment there. So as we kind of get into our last and final game on Sunday, the Gamblers versus the Generals.
I'm picking the Generals. They're just going to dominate. The Gamblers win, that'd be surprising, but it could definitely happen. I'm picking the Generals to win this. I don't know if it'll be close or not. Probably going to be close, knowing the Gamblers' luck, but...
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling lucky here. I'm going to gamble on Houston, and I'm going to say that they are going to win. I think Clayton Thorson is going to come out after just watching that last-minute loss to the Maulers, and he is going to come out on fire. Mark Thompson is going to come out, and I'm picking Houston for the upset here. The Gamblers beating the Generals.
So we both picked an upset. Different ones, but we both did pick one. But that will wrap us up. Thanks for watching. I am Micah, and this is
NFL Outdated. Thanks again. We'll catch you next week.